the Win Toyota dealer or Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. Prevagen, made for your brain. Calamos, create tomorrow, start today, financial well-being, accessible Florida. And by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Here to deliver tonight's game ball, please welcome interventional cardiologist at Advocate Lutheran General Hospital, Dr. Adeem Chows. Thanks for your support of Chicago Bulls basketball. Calamos Investment Products backed by superior risk management, asset management in a time of disruptive change. Well, we just listened to the excellent PA announcer, Tim Sinclair, announce the Old National Bank starting lineups. The Nuggets do get Cam Johnson and Christian Brown back this week. Johnson is back for the first time since just after Christmas. Brown has started now 3 straight games after he came off of an injury. But for the Chicago Bulls, Simons and Ivy make their second starts. Yabu Sele came off the bench in Toronto. He starts today. Uzelis and Okoro continue to be in the starting lineup for this completely new look Chicago Bulls roster, which is, as of Thursday, using 23 different players. That is a franchise record for a single season, and that number is going to go up tonight. debuts.
Well, I mean, there's going to be some guys you're going to get to look at the first time. I mean, you've got to start looking at these guys and evaluating these last 30 games and see what you have.
This game number 53 out of 8.
With its distinctive swimming pools in the upper deck, there's a look inside Everbank Stadium here in Duval County, Florida. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here as
It's crazy how I lost that game and I got kicked out.
Fell swoop. Instead, Murray on the breakdown. It was deflected, stolen by Okoro. Jokic missed it. So Isaac takes it.
Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Washington Commanders. Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started. And off we go in our nation's capital. And he's up past the 20 of the 22-yard line.
On one, ready? Here we go.
Burrow on play action. And that one too wide and incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come, because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works further than there as they force the incomplete pass.
Second and 10.
Let's get set. Wide 80. Stop.
Here's Burrow. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
But I
guy's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
180.
Now it's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now Burrow. This is Fant on the short completion. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up second down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he'll get this up past the 45. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Here we go. Stop.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Able to find Higgins. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180.
Burrow will throw. Now a short one to Gesicki. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Let's get set.
Now it's Burrow. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jamar Chase on the touchdown throw from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Well, this will frustrate a coach right here. The flag is out before they get off the extra point. And this is going to be a delay of game. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready, right?
To throw is Daniels. Middle of the field. And right away, he lost the football. And some room to maneuver. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. As they've got it as we resume action.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Throwing now is Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 70 Timberwolves. Go.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now a second and 10.
60 Bison. Let's go now. 18 Pioneers. 70 Lions. Ready?
Here's Daniels. That'll be caught right side by the rookie receiver. Touchdown, Washington. Jalen Lane, 42 yards. And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. Jake Moody now for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Nifty move. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go, here we go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Open man is Yoshivas. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. You have to be a little careful. You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone.
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Chase Brown, 58 yards. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They run. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Daniels looking to throw. Pass caught. It's Lane with it. But Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Washington, first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ready up. Let's go. Ready, ready.
Now Daniels. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
70 Timberwolves.
Play action. Now it's Daniels. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. 19 type, 19. Ready.
To the air goes Daniels. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
70 Lions. Mustang 19. Go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you're really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And his throw is incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, it resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Noah Brown, 32 yards. And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Moody good with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
And the Bengals first down.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Bengals first down.
Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass.
First down.
Now a short one to Gesicki. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Here we go.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
And we all know how talented this guy is, who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a second and 1 forthcoming.
At the Commanders' 19-yard line.
Right in.
Play action. It's Burrow. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. They'll drop the throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. So he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. And that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. Well, they go play action. Daniels. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Noah Brown, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This will complete to Yoshibas.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space.
Here we go, here we go. Can. Stop.
An inside give, Brown. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
11 Thomas. 11.
Here's Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
11.
Now it's Burrow. This will be caught once again by Brown. And this time not quite to the 30, only down at the 31-yard line. Nothing open downfield, they went underneath.
And see if you can get it to your running back, see if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Big 13. Stop.
Here's Burrow. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. T. Higgins, 30 yards. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. McPherson now for the extra point. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Eckler to begin the drive.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football, getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a run sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's 1st down.
Franco 80.
That's good.
60 Bison.
1st and 10 at the
He'll look to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute It's first and 10 now. Back to throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. This is first and 10.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Cowboy 80.
He's back to throw. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Here's first and goal.
That's good for a Washington first down.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Ready.
Back to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their... Timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Third and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Throwing now is Daniels. And he's in for the touchdown. And barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. Now Moody for the PAT. And they have got the lead.
Makes the score. Commanders 28, Bengals 27.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he returns this to the 22.
Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
Here we go.
To throw, Burrow. That's complete to Chase. And a timeout is called. So now you're looking at probably just one final play from back in their own territory. And they're going to need a miracle.
At the 30-yard line.
Burrow. That's into the hands of Gesicki. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaughan. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Commanders pick up the victory as we say so long from our nation's capital.
In the only building this franchise has ever known. We're at the home of the Texans. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Green Bay Packers and the Houston Texans. Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And away we go from NRG Stadium. Chooses to bring this one out. And they had a long field ahead block. They got to him early, and they laid a big hit on it.
At their own 19-yard line.
On the double.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Set, hut, ready.
Play fake, it's Love. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Let's ready.
A second down throw here for Love. Escapes the pocket. This is all on target to Christian Watson. He needs to be brought down up with the 31. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Don't you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job finding that out.
Couldn't find a completion on 1st down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Come on, set. Hut.
Throwing again. Love. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there. I don't think there's any question about it. You can see right from the jump here, the point of emphasis with this coaching staff. Be active with your hands, not just one guy. All these guys are flying around and so actively, aggressively.
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. The Packers send out their punting unit. The Texans have Jalen Noel at the ready. And this one spits out a little shy midfield. They're going to be in enemy territory to begin this possession.
47-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Here we go.
Stride of the air to start us off. Has him on the quick hitter. We're still going at the 30. Now here he goes down the right sideline. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. Texans get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. It's a Christian Kirk touchdown. Well, Brock, we normally talk about complimentary football at some point every week. So how about the way they've begun this one, huh? Force a punt and then cash it in. And he misses on the extra point. So a good start for their offense, but not for him kicking. Score stays at 6-0. So following that missed point after, he's going to stay out there and send it away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Jalen Petrie there on the stop.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Set, ready.
Shotgun now for Love. Brought in by his back. It's Jacobs. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And he's going to be blocked down after reaching the 43. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. Our score, 6-0. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, that's a run that's whole home on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Down. 45. Right. Ready.
Love looking to pass. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. This is very close, but it looks like he's going to be marked. Yep, marked shy that first down at the 30. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
43 rail. Let's go now. Hut.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Come on. Ready.
Going to the ground again on first. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line. It's the defense all over this one.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Dumped off to his running back. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face third down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third down, they need 7.
Here we go. Set. Check. Huh?
Third and long. They're going to throw. Escapes the pocket. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Christian Watson that time. So they're left with fourth down here.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that fourth down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
Ready up.
The offense is not coming off this field. They're trying it on 4th and 7.
Here we go. Set.
They're going to go. It's Love. Completed over the middle. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Yellow. Lining. Set. Hut. Ready.
They'll run. Jacobs. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
That run now has put them in such a great spot, Kate. You get a run like that inside the 1st and goal situations, there's a whole lot of confidence when you break the huddle.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Here's Hut.
Jacobs again. And he's still going backwards as they get him behind the line. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series.
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers get their first points of this game just before halftime. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball at the 35 to begin this drive. It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. Shotgun now for Stroud. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. Still fighting forward. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans take the lead just before halftime. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out. They got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snaps. Just couldn't hang on through the contest. So 2nd down coming up. Here's the final play of our first half.
Red, yellow, let's go. Yellow, 22. Smash, red. Ready?
He'll throw it. Chased out to his right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. And we all saw it. That one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty. So now we get an untimed down. Now it's Brandon McManus to attempt this Packers field goal. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. McManus sends it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. On now is McManus to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
On the quick, right?
To the air, Stroud. Pass caught by Tate Dell. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
First give on the ground. It's Woody Marks. He cuts it to the right sideline. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
Coming off that carry, I go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
On the gun, Marks gets it. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack.
And in he goes for the Houston touchdown. The Texans grow the lead coming out at halftime. Nico Collins with the touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. And this one thankfully not off the mark. He gets it to go.
Makes the score Texans 21. Packers 10.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. To the air with Love. Short pass brought in. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll give the Packers the 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers. Know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't make the hookup with Matthew Golden. So it'll be 2nd down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, kid, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Throw right side, and Dobbs has it. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Takes the handoff, now low. Buying some time left. This is complete. It's Matthew Golden. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first. Loves to throw again. Pass caught out right by Golden. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
At the 3-yard line.
Four downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. So they fire for the end zone on first down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on second and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense, you continue. You've worked on it up.
And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers start the second half with some needed points. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides. I've heard great receiver coaches say, watch your fingers wrap around the ball. You know, it's pretty clear he should have had that one, and he didn't get the job done. And 2 points, well, they're left on the table.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. First and 10. From the gun, Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. So we're through 3 here. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10.
On the quick, right?
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Rolling into enemy territory. He's still going at the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds after the big gain. Now down inside the 15. They get 37 on the play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
The one thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Now it's Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing third and long.
All right.
Looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to it. First call here coming from the shotgun. Love out of the shotgun. Caught by Jacobs. And this one doesn't go far.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Ready.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he manages maybe 3 yards there to the 23-yard line. So now here's 3rd and 5.
Striker, 3-3.
Back to throw it. He's got his man. This is Kraft. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Packers, 8 points behind. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun now for Love. This one taken in by Kraft. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
There's no question, Kate, the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches, they really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Setting up to pass. Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now to throw. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball. Okay, hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on the screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead. It keeps this drive moving.
First down from the 42.
Let's go now. Beetle blue.
He'll look to throw it. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
3 yards. First down, Packers.
Ready up.
All set to go now from the 35.
Ready.
Back to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Did not like what he was seeing, Bronson. He's just going to hurl this one away.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He fought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
The clock is falling into its final minutes. Here comes 2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. That's him on the quick hitter. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. The Packers take their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Here we ready.
Here he is to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd, it's long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
You've got to go for it in this spot, Brock. This is 4th down.
Here we go. Ready.
Desperation time here. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
Even the best